Hey, journeyman, journeywoman. This is a hero's journey with Dr. D, here to inspire, to encourage, to motivate, to educate, and to help you get beyond your first move. If you find any value in this content, please do not hesitate. Give me a thumbs up and help me help you, so we can collaborate to make tomorrow. Go ahead and subscribe so we can make tomorrow better today. Now, this is my weekly recap, update, and review. Let me put and show my chat so I can see what's going on here. All right, here we go. Okay, so let's talk about it. Well, the video series that I'm doing, or in segments that I'm doing right now, is called Purpose: Journey with a Destination. We all know that a journey without a destination is just a walk. And if you're gonna walk and don't have anywhere to go, why did we even start? So I decided to do a series of segments to break it up so we can make bite-sized portions so people can understand what I'm talking about and they can have attention span for it. So this is what I'm doing. I am doing a recap of the week of journey with a destination. 1 second, you all. I'm trying to adjust something so I can. You don't need to hear all the sound. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay, so this is my fourth segment. This is my fourth segment talking about purpose, journey with a specific destination, because we all have a journey in life, and the journey really is our purpose. The purpose of this walk in life is to find our purpose. The journey in this life is to find our purpose. However, the thing is, we need to know exactly. We don't know exactly where we're going, but be assured that it all has a point. It all has a point. It's a specific point. But that's the thing. The specific point is what we kind of discombobulated about, or kind of confused about when you start walking this path, when you go to college, when you go to high school, or when you venture out after school and you try to understand why. What's the whole purpose for it? And that's the journey, but it has a specific destination. So in my video, this segment of the video, what we did talk about was, I ended up with talking about different things that stimulate certain emotions. And when you go in different classrooms, when you go in different classrooms, what happens is that you need different tools. You need different tools in the classroom. And life is like the classroom. You go to different periods in the class. And when you go to different periods in the class, you actually need to know, you need to have the tools or utensils to do what needs to be done. And what happens is that when we go in sometimes people go to class ill-equipped. We have things, we go ill-equipped or unaware. The things that we're unaware about are in our backpack, and we picked them up and we used them. But the thing is, the utensils or the tools in our backpack, that we maximize the use before we put them in. Because if we maximize the use before you put them in, then we know exactly how to use them when we need them again. And that's the purpose of putting things in your backpack. Now I have a video. You can go on my YouTube channel, and you can actually you can go to my YouTube channel. You can actually see, I have a video about things in your backpack, and I go much more in depth than in this video. This video is pretty much compartmentalized, and it's in different parts. And I'm talking about backpack in the schoolhouse, which is symbolic to life, because you really don't go to school without tools. Okay. All right, Kamisha, thank you for the inquiry. inquiry. Kamisha just stated, she stated a question. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to explain to you the backpack. The backpack has different things, it has different tools, and what we just the different tools you need in different classes and different periods of life. And so we all have different tools. They look the same, but they're different because they're specific to your path. They're specific to your purpose because you have specific destination that only you was designed to go through. I've said this before, and I know I'll say it again. You are unique and you are specific because you're the only one to have a fingerprint. I have a twin brother, and he doesn't have my fingerprint. I am unique, and because God has designed me to do something specific according to me and what my gift is and what my passion is. But we don't exhaust our passion. We don't use what we know we have, but we use somebody else's stuff. But getting back to the point. The point is that in this week's last week's segment, we talked about unpacking the backpack and going to class, and I think we ended up with things that cause our emotions to rise. But this week, the update of the current video will be out this Friday, roughly around 9:11, probably 9 a.m. in the morning, and that's generally when I upload the video in. And the video, this will continue on the journey, and this will be the fourth segment. I believe the last segment of purpose, journey with specific destination. So, and we will talk about the backpack and the different classes. We will expound a little bit more about emotions and anger and what we do and how different tools in classroom, writing utensils causes a deeper level of imprint or impression in our lives. You got to look to the video this Friday, and you can see exactly what I'm leading up to. So that's my update, my recap and my update. Now I have one question. I have one question right now from Kamisha. And she says, establish ending my purpose, establish. Kamisha, you have to repeat it again because I'm not understanding. Establish and am closer to understanding my purpose daily. I establish and okay, I got you. You made a statement. You didn't ask a question. Now, Kamisha said that she established and is closer to understanding her purpose daily because it's a journey. I agree. It's a journey. It's not a sprint. It's not 220. I mean, it's a journey. And whether we walk it fast or we walk it slow, we all have a specific path. But can you walk it in search of that specific thing that you know only you can do? Okay. Phil got a question. D, I have a question for you. Okay. Talk to me. Briefly tell us about the journey. Okay. We all have a journey. The journey is the path that we have. Okay. The journey is, we all have a journey. We all have a different destination. We have a different destination. And the next question is, why did I start the journey? Why did I start a hero's journey? I started a hero's journey because I believe that we all have a path in life. And generally it's more focused toward adolescents and single parent homes. Now I realize that everybody's connected to everybody because you got a mother, you got a father, and you got the whole family unit. Whether the family unit is separated or together, still things affect each person. I go for the future, but I work directly for the future. But how can you work for the future if you're not taking care of the past? And the past is us, is the parents, is the ones in authority, because we have to raise up the future with the knowledge that we have. But a lot of times people are raising up the future in error. So what a hero's journey means that it has me to actually, I always have to reflect. I always have to reflect and try to see, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I always right? Or Am I always wrong? Because when you think that you're always right, then you never can be corrected. And you never can be corrected, then you can never become better. See, I want to become better. It's not about being right. It's about winning the race. And it's about walking the walk that I was called to do, and winning the race that I was designed to do. Not what Phil you're doing, not what Kamisha is doing, not what anybody else is doing on my platform. It's about me. Now, if I don't fulfill what I'm called to do, then what was it all for? What would my epitaph say? What would it all be for? And when you get to a certain age, you start thinking about, okay, what have I done? But the beautiful thing about still being here is that it doesn't matter what you've done, it's what you can do. Because I say this all the time in my videos, because every day you get a vertical to move forward. And don't focus on the back, because if you focus on the back, you stay paralyzed in your present. I prefer to look toward my future and walk steps toward my future. And I try to engineer that and try to inform individuals, people, and talk to people about that. Kids as well as adults, parents as well as children. Because if you can find your flaw, you can make progress. If you own your wrong. Because a lot of things, I believe we've raised to generally everybody. It's a couple of facets of how I come to our identity. We learn from learned behavior, environmental situations. Your environment teaches you, your parents, your uncles, learned behavior, your teachers teach you, and then you have predisposition comes with genetic trait. If your learned environment is jacked up, you may shift your environment for escape. And then your predisposition of your genetic trait may come into fruition. It expounds it. It goes into hyperdrive during puberty. But if you don't know what your father, if you never met your father, you don't know how to really become like a man. If you haven't had coaches or good teachers to emulate, it's kind of difficult. But then sometimes we're raised by the environment that we live in. If we live in the ghetto, if we're raised in the dysfunction, well, we all have some type of dysfunction in our family, but we make it functional. Or we don't. It's always a call. It's always a decision. It's always a choice. But what choice do you make? What choice would you make to walk your path? And that's what it's constant evaluation to walk your path. And people don't take time to think about what they're doing. They just do it. 95% of our actions are unconscious. We automatically do things about 95%, about 5% every day, we consciously do something. You expend 5% of our energy to focus on something, where 90%, 95% of things that we just do automatically. Just automatically. Got up today, brushed my teeth, got in my car, went to work, did certain things. Put the clothes on automatically. You have automatic schedules it's learned behavior. And based on the environment you're in, either you stay guarded or you become open. And then based on your predisposition of genetic traits, it's certain things that's intuitively that's in you. Now, if what's in you is in error, the learned can actually get structure, and you have a safe environment. You can actually deal with coping skills, and you can adjust that, and you can change it. But you have to have a determined mindset to become better than your situation. You have to have a determined mindset to become better than your learned environment. Your environment and where you come from. You have to be determined. But do you want to become better? Or do you decide to become bitter? So that's why I started it. I started the hero's journey because it was always something in me that it was always something in me to actually determine to want to help other people. And you notice in the beginning of all my sessions, I say, "Help me help you. Help me help you, so we come. Help me help you, so we can help others. Because if it's not about helping others, what is it about? I mean, help me help you. There's no greater joy that I get is when I help people get beyond their first move. All right. So what do you say? What to say to people who are not sure what their purpose is? Keep walking the path. Move forward. I say, embrace your passion. Oh, the question was, what do you say when people are not sure of what their purpose is? And what I say is that, and I did a video about it. It's called Embrace Your Passion. If you go on my YouTube channel, it's YouTube/C/ A Hero's Journey with Dr. D. You should be able to see my probably about 30, 40 different videos. But one video specifically to answer Phil's question is, embrace your passion. If you embrace your passion, then I believe that the light will be shed on the blocks of the road of your purpose. But you got to squeeze what you're interested in. It's not what your daddy's interested in. It's not what your mom is interested in. It's not even what your teacher said that is good for you to do. And you make money about it. But if you don't have an interest in it, why even do it? Now, hear me when I say this. Just because you're interested in something doesn't mean that everything will be, your whole life will be engulfed with just that. No. You may just squeeze the juice out of it just for the energy to make a step. And if you can squeeze the juice and get the energy from that pear to make a step, then you're that much closer than clarity. But you're clearer by making that one step than you would be by making none. Because being in stagnation means that there's no life. You're not moving. Because water becomes stagnant and is dead. It has to move for life. It has to be moving. So you have to move to live. But if you stay still, you become stiff, you atrophy, and you're not really good for much anything. So, with that being said, your purpose, if you embrace that, wherever you're at, it fits. You embrace that thing that you're interested in, no matter how old you are. Get all you can get out of it. Because what somebody never can take away from you is what you obtain right here. The experience. They can't take it from you. They can't take it from you. Not Bill Gates. Is Bill Gates? I know somebody said that if you can take all my money, millionaires, self-made millionaires say, take all my money. It doesn't matter because I know how I made it. It wasn't given to me. They made it. So if you took a person who made their money, take all their money away, it doesn't bother them because they know how to make it again. So, but it's not about money. Money shouldn't initiate it shouldn't drive your passion. Now, it may help your passion, but it shouldn't drive your passion. It should be something intrinsic. So how do you, if you're not sure about what your purpose is, what you do is you go to the thing that you do where if you didn't get paid, you wouldn't mind doing, as long as you can eat and your rent and everything is paid for, you still do it because you get such joy out of doing that. That's the start. No matter what it is, making yarn, Sweeping the street, fixing cars. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Nobody's lesser because they do something different. It's just that what they do, it may not be what I do. It's your passion. It's your journey because it's a specific destination. And why is it specific? Because it's specific to you. I hope I've answered your question. Any more questions? All right. With that being said, okay. Let me overview. My overview is that did a recap. A recap is that Phil got one more question. Okay. Well, the recap. The recap is that I talked about the book bag, the backpack, and you pulling things out your backpacks, and then it's certain tools in your backpack that help, but certain tools in your backpack, if not utilized correctly, can affect you in the long run. Okay, Phil got one more question. How many more questions you got, Phil? Okay, stagnation. Okay, stagnation. All right. Hold on. Talk about stagnation. Stagnation when you're stuck. How do you deal with stagnation? How to overcome stagnation? Move. Simple as that. Move. If you can't run, if you can't sprint, jog. If you can't jog, hop. If you can't hop, walk. If you can't walk, stumble. If you can't stumble, crawl. If you can't crawl, push. If you can't push, roll. Move. Make something happen. Yeah, that simple as that. Move. Motion initiates progress. Stagnation confirms death. Because it's no other person's the most stagnated person that I know is a man in the casket. So if you're not 6 feet under, why you still? Things make you go, So if you're not 6 feet under, why are you not moving? You should be moving towards something. It may not be the final destination, but it may be the thing that gets you to the final destination. It may be the thing that will help propel you to greatness, because there's certain things you need to learn in school to get you further. Your goal was not to be a lifelong student, but you had to get through school to get to something. Is your final destination afterwards? Probably not. But everything makes the puzzle complete. But when you stop moving the pieces for the puzzle, then you never get the full picture. Don't you want the full picture? Then you have to move the pieces in the puzzle. Move the pieces in the puzzle. And have you ever did a real big puzzle? And it takes time to put the pieces together, and you don't necessarily know how they go, but as you see the schematic of the structure, you match the colors with the colors, and if one part fits into another, then you say, oh, it starts to make sense because you're moving, not because you're moving faster, because you're moving. And as you move, the blood flows. As blood flows, it gets highlighted. Things are highlighted because there's motion. There's progress. There's movement. Without movement, can't be too much progress. Are there any more questions? And this is a Q&A session. I hope I'll knock the sound out. Oh. go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Ooh, that's sweet. All right. Okay, my recap. That's my update, and that's my Q&A. I do appreciate all the questions for the journeymen, journeywomen. That is much appreciated. And remember, if you find any value in any content that I just got to speaking onto, go ahead and click a like. I know I'm on different platforms, so if you need to go to the YouTube channel, you look on the tick down below, the the ticker, the ticker. It gives my YouTube address. You can go right to the YouTube channel. You go ahead and subscribe, and so we can collaborate. By subscribing, you collaborate with me, so we can make a better tomorrow today. And click the bell so you can get updated. Notifications about upcoming videos as well as upcoming events. That's pretty much it. So help me help you, so we can help others. Because by subscribing, you help me by collaborating with me, so we can make a better tomorrow today. So this is a hero's journey with Dr. D. And remember, every day you get vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and don't move back. Peace and blessings. Out.